Welcome back, class, to sentencing sentences. The three things we're going to talk about in this series, sentence variety, we just talked about that. Now we're going to talk about consistent construction, then we'll move on to incorporating quotes. The objective here is to use varied syntax and consistent construction to enhance meaning or style. What consistent construction is, and another word for it is parallelism or parallel construction, it's using the same grammatical pattern of words to show that two or more ideas have the same level of importance. Now, why would we do this? A couple of reasons. It's good for expressing and linking ideas of equal weight, provides balance and rhythm to help deliver your meaning, makes what you say or write more memorable and pleasing to your audience. And indeed, if you look at some of the best speeches of all time, you will find that one of the most important things going on in those speeches is parallel or consistent construction. It just really resonates when you use that. So what's wrong with this sentence altered from Obama's inaugural address? Our campaign was not hatched in the halls of Washington. It had its beginnings in the backyards of Des Moines, in Concord's living rooms, and on front porches found in Charleston. I think you can tell that that just does not really have a ring to it. It has some potential. How about this one? Our campaign was not hatched in the halls of Washington. It began in the backyards of Des Moines, in the living rooms of Concord, and on the front porches of Charleston. And now we begin to see why this works so well. What we have basically here, in the backyards, in the living rooms, on the front porches, we have little prepositional phrases there. And then we have of a city, of a city, of a city. It's not repetition, it's parallelism. It's repetition of the grammatical structure. And it is a very powerful effect when used in speeches. Okay, what's wrong with this sentence? Paul Ryan. When I was a waiter washing dishes or lawn mowing for money, I never thought of myself as stuck in some station in life. I was on my own path, a journey of my own, an American journey where I could think for myself, make my own decisions, come up with a personal definition of happiness. Kind of feels a little bit weird. Here's a little bit better. When I was waiting tables, washing dishes, mowing lawns for money, I never thought of myself as stuck in some station in life. I was on my own path, my own journey, an American journey where I could think for myself, decide for myself, define happiness for myself. And so there's some resonance to those words. There is a little bit more repetition in this, actually. There is some actual repetition of words in this, for myself, for myself, for myself. But there's also the use of gerunds, waiting, washing, mowing. Okay, so path, journey, journey. There's some more repetition. I think this phrase maybe is not quite as nice, but you do see that there's some resonance to what he's saying that builds on itself. And people often talk about a rule of three when they're talking about consistent construction, that oftentimes three things, three phrases that are constructed consistently makes for a nice rhetorical effect or oratorical effect. So next we are going to talk about incorporating quotes.